Hi viewers, welcome to Gani Sk YouTube channel. In this tutorial, I am going to explain you how to create grids in Tekla Structures 2023 version with PDF examples. These PDF examples. This video especially for beginners, and if you don't know how to download and install this software, I'll provide the link in the description. Please watch it and download and install this software. If you don't know how to log in and open this software for the first time and for the initial setup, I put the link in the description. Please watch those videos and then come to this video. Okay, let's start. Open your Tekla Structures with Indian environment. Now open our example, PDF example. First, we're going to open this plan view. So double click on it on PDF example. I put this PDF example link in the description. Please download and practice along with this video. And initially you will get this orientation. Use the shortcut Ctrl and Shift and click on plus symbol on your keyboard to rotate this view like this. Okay, once you zoom in, you can see now these lines are thick. To make sharp lines, use the shortcut Ctrl and 5 on your keyboard to get like this. Okay, now we have an example, plan example here. Now I'm going to explain you how to create this type of example in Tekla Structures. So open your Tekla Structures. To edit grid, you can directly double click on this grid. First of all, you need to know the coordinate values and the direction. You can see now this is the origin point of this grid. This point you can call it as a 0 0 of the coordinate. And now coming to here, you can see x direction along grid 1. This is the x direction, and you can see now the arrow y. This is the y direction. You can see y direction, and this is the x direction. Okay, to get the top view, you can use the shortcut Ctrl P on your keyboard. To get the top view, you can see now clearly see the x direction and y direction, and this point you can call it as 0 0 coordinate. Now I'm going to edit this grid. So double click on grid to open grid property window. You can see this is the coordinates x and y, z, and labels here. Now open our example. In our example, you can see in the x direction we have grids 1 2 3 4 5, but in our example you can see we have a b c. We need to change this label names, and in y direction also you can see we have 1 2 3, but in our example we have a b c d. So we need to change the label names, and we need to change the spacings and number of grids also. Okay, first you can see in the x direction. In the x direction means these grids. So we need to turn off this direct modification. We don't require this option, so turn off it. And now we're going to change this coordinate values in the x direction. So first grid in our example, you can see first grid we have at 0 location, so we need to enter here the value 0. First of all 0, and give the space. You must give the space to enter the second value. So now coming to the second value, you can see second grid we have at the space of 5000 from the first grid. You can see 5000. We have spacing 5000 from first grid to second grid, so you need to enter here the value 5000. Sorry, you need to enter here 5000 and give space, and the next value we need to enter from second grid to third grid spacing, because we need to enter the third grid value or from beside grid spacing. So you can see from third grid to second grid we have 4500. We can call it as a base spacing. We need to enter this value base spacing, so 4500, and give space, and next value we need to enter this one 5000, next 6000. So enter here 5000 and give space and enter 6000. You can see, you can verify once again. First of all you need to enter 0, then later 5000, 4500, 5000, 6000. Okay, let's check it. 5000, 4500, 5000 and 6000. We have values 1 2 3 4 4 values base spacing. So 0 is the first coordinate, and next 1 2 3 4, like this, 1 2 3 4. Okay, now coming to the y direction, you can see now we have y direction base spacing here 5000, 5500 and 5000 again. So you need to enter those values again. So coming to the y direction, enter 0 first, next 5000. You can see this is the 5000 from A to B grid spacing, base spacing. Next value we have 5500, next 5000. So enter and give the space here on 5500 and give space on next 5000. Now coming to the z direction means we need to enter the levels, and that means ground level and first floor level and second floor level spacing. So we need to open, this is the plan, that means the top view, and we need to enter the values from elevation, that means side view. So double click on to open this PDF example. I'll provide this PDF example link in the description. Please download and practice along with this video. Okay, now we need to change the orientation. So use the shortcut Control Shift and click on plus symbol on your keyboard to rotate, and click on it once again and click on it. You can see now we have title like this. Okay, zoom it. You can see now these grid lines are thick. To get the sharp and thin lines, use the shortcut Control and 5, like this, and zoom out. You can see now this is the elevation view, that means the side view. You can see first floor, ground floor is the 0 level, and first floor is the 4000 and second floor is the 8000. That means here you can see first floor is the 4000. That means from ground to first floor level is the 4000, and the second floor level is the 8000. That means from ground to second floor level is the 8000 spacing. Okay, now we're going to enter these values. So coming to here z direction, in the z direction also you can see the ground level, this coordinate is the 0 0, so we need to enter the first value must be 0 and give space, and next level we need to enter here levels. So next level from the ground to first floor level is the 4000, so we need to enter here 4000 and give space, and next level now we need to enter this value from ground to second floor level. No, you don't enter this spacing here, first floor to second floor, this spacing you are not supposed to enter this value 4000. You should enter the value from ground to second floor level. You can see 8000, so we need to enter here 8000 in this case. Okay, now coming to the labels, you can see by default we have ABC in the X direction, but in our example in the plan view you can see we have examples here 1 2 3 4 5 grids. So we need to enter here 1 2 3 4 5 like that. So remove this label names and enter 1 space 2 space 3 space 4 space 5. You should give the space between these values, otherwise it will consider as a one value. For example, you can see if you forget to give the space, directly enter the value grid 5, then this value becomes a 45. So you need to delete it and give the space and enter the value 5. Okay, you can see now in our example we have 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, now coming to the y direction we have A B C D. Okay, now enter in the y direction caps lock and A B C and D. You can see now coming to the z direction we need to enter the label name, so that means the levels. So in elevation views you can see ground level is the +0 and first floor is the +4000 and second floor level is the +8000. So now we're going to enter these values. So +0 and give the space, and +4000 and give the space, and second floor level we have +8000. Okay, now to update these values in the model you need to click on here modify. So click on here modify to see the changes here in the model. So click on modify it. You can see now this grid is updated. So close this window and click on space. You can see now we have grid like this 1 2 3 4 5. in the plan view, you can see 1 2 3 4 5, and in the y direction we have 1 A B C D. You can see in our PDF example we have A B C D, similarly A B C D. Okay, now you can see this grid is the out of this box. You can see this is the model box rectangle. You can rotate the you can use the control and mouse middle button to rotate like this the model. You can see this, you can call it as a model box. These grids are out of this box, so we need to fit this box around this grid. So click on space, right click on mouse, fit work area to entire model. You can see, once again I'm going to explain you. Click on space, right click on mouse, fit work area to entire model. Click on it to update this work area. You can see like this. Okay, now our grids are updated according to this plan and elevation. Before going to verify this distance, we're going to create views. So to create views, click on this grid, right click on mouse, create views along grid lines. You can see in the XY is the plan, and ZY and XZ is the elevation views. You no need to change this title plan. Now we're going to change this grid. Before we're going to enter the elevation on. So type here elevation on grid. Similarly, we're going to enter here elevation on grid. Okay, no need to enter here at the rate 1 2 3 like that. Those values are created according to this grid, so no need to enter here ABC or 1 2 3 like that. Okay, now click on here create to create views. Now click on OK and OK. Click on space, right click on mouse, review to refresh the model. To open view list, use the shortcut Ctrl I to open the view list. Here you can see these are the views just we have created. These are the elevations and these are the plan views. You can see you can stretch and increase the playlist view list here like this. You can see now we have grids 1 2 3 4 5. So 1 2 3 4 5 elevation views, that means from view from the side view. Similarly A B C D, you can see A B C D, we have elevation views. Now coming to the plan, we have ground floor is the +0 plan view, and plan view, that means the where view from the top. So we have plan at 4000 and plan at 8000. These are the views. Currently you can see the here is the name reviews and this is the visible view. Visible view means the active view. Okay, in our background we have only 3D at this time. You can see the title, we have 3D view. To open plan view, you can directly click on this plan at 0 and click on this arrow to shift this view on right side to view the background. So click on here arrow. You can see now currently we have planet +0. Currently we have two views here, 3D and planet 0. So in our background we have planet 0 at this location. Click on here window and you can see currently we have two active views, 3D and plan. Currently arrow indicates we are in planet 0 level. If you want to see the 3D view, click on this 3D to see the 3D view. If you want to see the planet 0, click on it like this. Okay, now our task is we need to measure the spacing to match this given example. So we're going to measure this spacing, base spacing. So click on here edit and click on here measure and select this horizontal distance because this is the horizontal spacing. So pick the first point. You can see in our taskbar it is asking pick the point from which to start the measuring, means we need to start from here. So pick the first point here and pick the second point here. You can see now it asking in the taskbar pick the second point. So click on here second point and you can see we have already measured here 5000. If you want to display, then click on here to place the value at this location. Similarly, you can do the same procedure. Pick the first point and pick the second point and click on here to place the dimension value. Click on here first point and second point and place the dimension. And pick the first point and pick the second point and click on here to place the dimension. Then you can see cursor symbol we have placed means this command also activated, still activated. If you want to escape this command, click on escape on your keyboard or right click on mouse, click on interrupt to escape the command. You can see if you want to pan this window, use the cursor, click on the cursor, don't scroll it, just press the cursor and pan it like this on left side or right side or top or bottom like that. By using scrolling the scroll button on your mouse middle button to zoom in and zoom out, just scroll the mouse like this. Okay, you can see we have x direction base spacing. Now coming to the y direction, we're going to measure the y direction spacing also. So click on here measure and select this vertical distance because this is the vertical spacing. So zoom it and pick the first point here and pick the second point and click on here to place the dimension. Similarly, we're going to measure the spacing here and pick the first point and pick the second point and place the dimension at this location by click on left mouse key. Then right click on mouse, interrupt to exit the command. You can see now we have spacings in x and y direction. Now I'm going to cross verify these dimensions with PDF example. Okay, open our PDF example. You can see 5000, 5000 and 4500 and 4500. Now here you can see 5000 again. So 5000 and last value we have 6000. You can see we have 6000. Now that means in x direction base spacing is correct. Now coming to the y direction. In the y direction we have 5000 first value spacing. So 5000. Now coming to the second value 5500 and last value 5000. So 5500 and 5000. These are the plan views. These are the checking dimensions. You can remove these dimensions also. If you want to remove these dimensions, click on space, right click on mouse, redraw view. You can see now these values are gone. Now coming to the elevation, you can see in our elevation we have spacings here. From ground to first floor is the 4000 and from ground to second floor is the 8000. That means the spacing between first floor and second floor is the 4000 and ground to first floor is the 4000. Now I'm going to measure these spacings also. So we need to open the elevation view. You can see in our plan elevation on grid 1 are the similar to the all grids, so no need to worry about it. So now we're going to create now we're going to open our elevation. We have already created views, so now I'm going to open view list by using the shortcut Control I. You can see now we're going to open elevation on grid 1. So select this first one, elevation on grid 1, and click on this arrow to shift into the visible views, and you can see in our background you can see on the top elevation on grid 1. If you have doubt, then click on here window. You can see currently activated this window, view elevation on grid 1. Okay, now I'm going to measure the spacing. So you can see we already have labels here 0 and plus 4000 and 8000. Still we need to measure the dimension. So click on here measure and select the vertical distance and pick the first point and pick the second point and click on here to place the dimension. You can see we have 4000 from ground to first floor, similar to this elevation 4000. Now coming to the second floor, from ground to second floor we're going to measure and click on here to place the spacing. You can see 8000. Okay, that means from first floor to second floor should be 4000 like this. Right click on mouse, interrupt to exit the command. You can see now we have like this. Now click on space, right click on mouse, redraw view. Okay, now go to the plan view. If you want to open 3D, then click on here 3D view to open like this. Hold the control and mouse middle button to rotate like this on top and left and right, and click on press the scroll button and you can pan like this. This is the panning, and hold the control and mouse middle button to rotate the view like this. Okay, that's it about how to create grids in Tekla Structures 2023 with PDF example. I'll provide this PDF example links in the description. Please download and practice along with this video. If you have any doubts regarding to this video, please comment below. If you like this video, please like it and share it. If you have any doubts, please comment below. Okay, that's it. Okay, thank you.